All right, how's it going, folks? Welcome back to one of our introductory videos. This time we are going to be walking through the course's Blackboard page, kind of the home base for our class. You're going to spend most of the time here, or at least starting from here, to get to the different areas of the course that you need to complete. But all of our content's going to be on here. A lot of our assignments are going to come from this course web page. And a lot of the ways in which you can seek help outside of the class are going to originate in the Blackboard page as well. So without further ado, let me direct you over here to the left side of the screen. And by the way, if you don't see that on your page, a lot of times it gets hidden. If you mouse over it, you should see a little arrow that lets you bring those tabs up. So here's the starting point. There will be announcements from time to time here in the announcements page, but that's not something we'll use too heavily. We see a link for the syllabus. There's that notorious syllabus there. Most of what you're going to be doing is going to be in the online classroom tab. So let's spend a moment there. We have some boilerplate stuff here, but what this mostly breaks down to is having different modules. So the course is broken down into modules. Each one sort of corresponds to a major topic in the class. Module 0, of course, corresponds to just getting prepared. So since I'm shooting the videos for Module 0 right now, this folder is incomplete, but when you go in here, you'll be able to see some things like some introductory information, a very old picture of me, and some basic documents, technical requirements, etc., stuff on the textbook, a success guide. Again, this will look a little different by the time you get to it, but that's what it looks like in this point as I'm putting these videos together. Here's more of a completed one, Module 1, the first module of actual content that's going to count towards your progression in the course. So you should go through these modules in order. You can see there's a brief introductory statement there explaining what we're doing. And then most of the module boils down to a series of videos. These are, again, me talking over brief lectures or example problems on the various topics. So you can watch the video by just clicking on watch video. It opens in the screen. You can view it on YouTube. You can full screen it, however you want to handle it. But the videos are ordered in the order you're expected to progress through them. We also have attached to each one a downloadable version of just the PowerPoint slides that I use. So it's not me talking at all. So if you get sick of that, or if you just want to look at the slides in a little more detail than on that YouTube video, you'll have the option of downloading, again, those individual files. So for each module, you progress through each video at your own pace. Then at the end of each module, there are a few sample problems. We see there's quite a few in Module 1. There's a quick practice quiz, which again is some sample problems that you'll be able to practice on. As it's noted here, you'll also be able to practice problems when we have our graded quizzes. The homework assignments online. The textbook has a lot of practice items. If you just flip through the actual text of the textbook, you'll find sample items at the end of each chapter. Lots and lots of opportunities to get those repetitions in. So a big part of what predicts success is practicing working with these concepts. So we have the practice quiz here, then we have the practice quiz with answers underneath it. As it notes here, when you reviewed it, you're done with your module, then you would move on to Module 2. Again, the course is self-paced. The modules are going to be put up generally one unit at a time, but if you are done with the first unit and you want to get moving ahead, you can look at that second unit. The test will still be the same date for everybody, but you'll be able to jump ahead and get involved in later material, start taking quizzes, progressing on homework, that sort of stuff. So again, this is the main area where you'll access most of the content. And again, you'll simply be going through it one module at a time and reviewing those practice problems. And if there's a quiz attached, you'll be able to take that quiz at the end of the module as well. First quiz, by the way, after Module 2. Next, we have a discussion forum. The discussion forum is a place for us to post and chat about areas in the course, especially for questions or topics where you really want to put things down in text. You don't want to be talking through a webcam or anything like that, or things where you want to get student feedback or interaction. So right now there's just a couple of threads here. The first one is just an introductory thread where I would like to get a little bit of a feel for those invisible students, the people that are out there watching this, but I cannot see you now. So a little bit of information about you, what you're hoping to get out of the class, personal interests, etc. Please stop by there when you get a chance, make a post so that not only that I can get a feel for who's in my class, but your other students can as well. We also have a frequently asked questions forum there. There is going to be linked to some technical support, some general tips and ideas about the class, but that will also serve as the forum where you can post questions that aren't answered by those documents, especially when it comes to things that deal with student experiences, like your ability to access it, what things look like to you. It's probably a good idea to post the question here because your fellow students may know the answer to it better than I personally would. So good place to, again, go find answers to frequently asked questions, but also post your infrequently asked questions there. And we may add some extra forums as we go along and we start doing things like test review. So again, this is the place where we interact. You can also contact me via email. You can also contact me via Skype. There is a tab for My Instructor and for resources. I don't plan to use the My Instructor tab. That information is generally going to be in Module 0. The Resources tab, there'll probably be a couple of things in there, but they're going to be, again, redundant to things that are available on Module 0. So really, after you've downloaded the syllabus, you're going to spend the vast majority of your time either in the online classroom or in discussions. All right, that concludes our discussion of using the course Blackboard page. I suppose I left one thing out, which is that eventually you'll be looking at your grade center and seeing your grades posted there, but nothing there to look at so far. But that wraps things up for this discussion of the Blackboard page. Next up, we are going to be talking about using the Cengage and Applia systems. So I'll see you there.